Alright, what's going on, everybody? This is episode 3 of the POKÉPOD, your one-stop shop for everything Pokemon. I am Devon, and I am here with my esteemed colleague, who we can now call a master trainer, Matt. Matt, how art thou today?
Good, dude.
Good, good. You doing good, Bree? Everything's all set? You're a master trainer now, something I can't call myself. We'll get into that a little bit, but does it feel good to be able to call yourself that now?
I think just for one, yeah.
Yeah, just hey, that's all you need. Hey, it's more than me, anyways. It's one more than me.
Fuck.
But anyways, we got a bunch of topics we want to cover today in episode 3. But first, this episode of the POKÉPOD is brought to you by PokemonTrading.org, where you can trade all things Pokemon, from the video games to the card games, and even Pokemon Collectibles. Go check them out today at PokemonTrading.org. Guys, check it out. It's a really awesome site. You can go on there and trade anything on Pokemon Let's Go, Pokemon Go, some of the older games. I don't really know the names of them are because I don't play them. I think it's like Ultra Moon or something like that, Sun and Moon, whatever. I don't know. But it has like Reddit like forums. You can post a request whether you want something or you're looking to give away a Pokemon. People will respond to it. It's very, very similar to Reddit how it's formatted, but it's really cool. It's really easy to use, and you guys should definitely go on and give it a try. PokemonTrading.org. Log on now. All right, Matt. So, as we do at the beginning of every single episode, we need to do a little bit of a storyline update. So, can you give us a little update as to where you are in the storyline, if you finished it, what your Pokemon are looking like? Give us the update here.
So I decided to. Where do I leave off? I got all the badges. I went to the Elite Four, beat all those dudes, got the birds, got Mewtwo, and now I'm back to grinding candies for Eevee.
Now, let me ask you, with the Mewtwo, did you use your Master Ball on it?
Oh, no. No. I actually caught everything with Pokeballs again, because I know how much you hate that.
What a savage. Yeah, I hate when people
Oh, dude, absolute savage.
flexing. So, do you plan on using your Master Ball on something, or do you just want to keep it in your inventory so you can just kind of give everyone the middle finger that you didn't use it?
I mean, there's always that fucking Pokemon they release that runs. At least there was. I don't know. I kind of have PTSD from like Fire Red and Leaf Green from back in the day. So I'm just going to hang on to it.
I guess.
Dude, fuck. Like I ran into that Entei. Yeah, because I picked Venusaur at the beginning of the game, so I got Entei. But I used my Master Ball on a Zapdos when I was like a little kid. And I was like, fuck. I was like, I will never get that dog.
Well, those aren't going to be in this game, though, aren't they? It's just going to be Generation 1 Pokemon?
I don't know. I'm not going to use it, though.
That's true. I mean, who knows? I mean, I haven't done my research too much into it, but who knows? Maybe they'll come out with some kind of update where they add in Pokemon.
Right? Yeah, I don't know how big this game's going to get. Are they going to release, like, the second part, like, Silver and Gold, and, like, just add the next map onto it? Or, like, I don't know.
I've seen things on YouTube about, like, leaks about a Let's Go Johto, which would probably be Generation 2. But I don't know if there's any legitimacy to it. I didn't watch the videos because I know a lot of that stuff is just, clickbait. So I don't waste my time with it. But I do scroll and happen to see the captions sometimes. So, I mean, it's a possibility that they might just keep coming out with newer games instead of updates. Even though it kind of seems like nowadays, especially, even games that we might get into a little bit later, games like Call of Duty, games like even like Destiny, where they just kind of keep adding on to it. But who knows? Who knows how it's going to go? I guess that's just we're going to just leave that up for us to find out later on. But, so you beat the game. You're hunting for a shiny Eevee right now. How's that going? How's the shiny Eevee hunt going?
Dude, what? I couldn't even get a streak of yesterday.
Of what? You broke up a little bit there.
I couldn't even get a streak of 2 yesterday.
Ooh, that's rough.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I know.
I have to say, Eevees are one of the tougher ones to catch.
Yeah, it's super annoying.
Yep. So
that's fun because you can like catch Pikachu like no problem too, like Viridian Forest even.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really. Maybe they make it super super hard because they really are a powerful Pokemon in that game. Because you've seen them in like Pokemon Go, they're extremely easy and like pretty common Pokemon to find. But in Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, it's a rare Pokemon to find, and when you find them, they're hard to catch. But I think that might have something to do with how versatile their attack moves can be, because they can virtually learn any move. So maybe that has something to do with it.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know if any other Eevees can learn those specific moves that like those trainers teach them.
No, they
I'm not
can't.
sure.
They can't. But aren't
Yeah.
EVs like known in these games for like kind of learning like anything? Like it can learn like hyper beam, or it can learn like an electric move or a fire move, or even without it evolving. Am I wrong about
I
that?
think I think just the Eevee you get at the beginning of the game can do that.
Oh, really?
I think if the other Eevees have to like, yeah, they have to like use the stones on them.
Oh, okay. That's news to me. I guess that's something I shouldn't know, or maybe I should know, and I just don't know because I don't
Well, I
have the
mean,
EV version.
no, my Eevee, yeah, the Eevee that I got, it's got a fire, electric, and a water move,
Hmm.
and a normal move.
Oh, all right. Well, anyways, I'll give my update here because no one just cares about you, Matt. People want to know about me too. All right.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, I'm still. I mean, I haven't really progressed too much since last week's podcast. I mean, I've already beat the game. I've been in Cerulean Cave. That's really what I've been doing this whole time, and that's kind of what our next topic of conversation is going to be here. Is in the Cerulean Cave.
Oh yeah,
You mentioned that
grinding.
you caught Mewtwo in there, and that's where he is in the Cerulean Cave. It's northwest of Cerulean City, and that's basically one of the first places you're going to go to as like a mission after you beat the game. And I'll go through this, and I want to premise this all. We tried to record this podcast yesterday, and we had some serious audio fails doing this, so we're doing it again today. So if I say I'm going to tell you, if I say to Matt, I'm going to tell you again, it's because I've already told him this whole thing.
Yeah.
We had a 25-minute recording yesterday, and then we realized that the audio had failed on it. So bear with us here. We're repeating everything to each other again. So we'll try to act like we haven't, but it's going to be kind of hard. So
Yeah.
Matt, I know you haven't been able to do it yourself yet, but have you looked into how you're able to farm loot in Cerulean Cave and like what the benefits are, some of the things you can get?
No, I haven't, Devin,
No?
but I heard that you know how.
Well, I can tell you and our listeners about how to farm loot in Cerulean Cave. What I will tell you right off the bat is this is the best way that I've found to loot and get loot fast in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. You can get about anywhere in the range from like I'd say 100 to 120,000 Pokédollars per hour doing this. So
I think it might have just cut out, Dev, when you were talking, but I'm
no,
not sure.
Did it? Well, it won't cut out for me. It might cut out for you because you're on the phone with me, but everyone can hear it.
Oh,
Yeah, so
for sure.
so you can bear with me with the cutouts,
Oh.
but I think everyone else will hear me. So, anyways, yep, you go into the Cerulean Cave, and right when you enter, you walk up a little bit, you walk up like 10, 20 feet, however much it actually is in scale in the game, and then you're going to go into the water, use C-Scam to go into the water, and then all you're going to do is just go up north a little bit, and the first piece of land you can hop onto, you go into that, climb the ladder, and then you're at your destination to loot, to farm loot. And there's a bunch of ladders around there that go down, don't go on any of them, that one floor that you're on, you're basically going to want to just do circles in that area for however long you might want to do it. The longer you do it, the more loot you're going to get. But if you see all the bright spots on the ground with almost looks like sparkles on it, those are broken crystals because the cave is just covered with big crystals everywhere. Those are the spots that you go to if you keep mashing A when you go to them, which what I like to do is I like to go over to it and then just kind of do a circle in it, maybe go back and forth because like sometimes they're in like a weird spot that you might miss if you just kind of just go right straight through it. So you go into those, you mash A, you'll get loot. You can get things like golden berries. You can get ultra balls, great balls. I've actually found one master ball in there so far, but that's like an extremely rare find. You can get helix fossils, dome fossils, old ambers, max revives. You can get all that good stuff and just load it up for your inventory. So basically what I do in order to make a lot of money off of this loot is I just keep everything except for the golden berries because the golden berries get you about 2,500 Pokédollars a piece at the Pokemart, and that's what I'm able to get anywhere between 100 and 120,000 Pokédollars worth of in the cave. Is that's a majority of what's going to spawn in the cave when you do the circles around the area. So that's your best bet. You loot that, you grab it. Like I said, do it for an hour, do it for 2 hours, 3 hours, however much you want, and then you can basically get anything you want in the game. And I looked this up. I actually looked this up myself. I didn't. I'm not telling you this firsthand because I found it out myself, but I found this out because I wanted to get the Pokemon crown in the department store. Matt, I know you know about this, but it's the most expensive item in the game.
Yeah.
It's 999,999 Pokédollars. And so, yeah, I'm really close to it right now. I'm at 893,000 Poke Dollars. So I need to do like one like hour and a half session, and I should be good to get that crown. And then I
Wow.
can just flex it.
You fuck.
Yeah. But Matt, is that something you're gonna want to use it for? Is to get the Pokemon crown, or are you gonna want to like use it to like get Ultra Balls and stuff like that? Like, what's your tactic here? What are you gonna
I
do with
mean,
it?
for sure, the Pokemon crown, dude. We're gonna be flexing.
Yeah, absolutely. The funny thing is, like, when you try to look for a picture of the Pokemon crown on like Google, there's one image I found, and it's like pixelated, and it's used on like every form possible. So I feel like if I can get it like today and like make it so it's eligible on Google, however, I think you just have to
Oh
post it on
yeah,
like a
dude.
blog or whatever. People will be able to use that, and it'll be like a go-to thing. It's a little cool thing, you know what I mean? Because they're like, oh, whose image is that? And then they can find a hyperlink to it or whatever. So I think that's a cool little tidbit. You always want to be the first to do things
Ooh.
because then you get popularity from it, you know?
Well, then get on it.
Absolutely. But so yeah, like we like to do, I wrote an article about that this week on scorum.com. So go to my handle on there at Devin Clements, one word, on scorum.com, and I have a blog about that. And another thing I had a blog about was on, and Matt, I think I might let you take the reins on this one since I've already done a lot of talking here, and I know I already told you about this yesterday, so I might just let you tell it again. Is about a Pokemon that you can catch in Cerulean Cave and get a lot of XP doing it.
Oh, Chanseys.
Yes. So why don't you tell everyone about the Chanseys and like what the benefits are and why they're such a good Pokemon to catch in this game?
Oh, dude, it's like, well, I mean, they're not that easy to catch, but I mean, to get like the combos on. But fuck, dude, if you get a good streak and like you get lucky and just get one off like a first catch and an excellent throw, dude, you're talking like 15,000.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Oh yeah.
and the minimums on those, like if you get a catch combo, even in like the 5 to 10 range, you're getting at least like 5,000 XP.
Dude, right?
And it was funny because when I wrote the article about it the other day, talking about the Chanseys getting a ton of XP off of them, someone actually took a picture of their TV when they were playing it, and they had caught a Chansey, but they were using dual controllers, so they got a double bonus for it, and he got 90,000 XP off of one catch.
Wow, dude,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
So he basically he tagged me in that, and he said you're getting close with a winky face, and I was like, what? I was like, is that multiplayer? He's like, yeah. He's like, if you use both of the joysticks separately as two players and then catch them, you get a synchronization bonus, I guess is what it's called, and you get like a ton of XP because of that. So it's kind of cheating because you're not really multiple people, but you're using the multiplayer option. But yeah, so you do that while you're farming loot in the Cerulean Cave. That's the best spot that they spawn in the game. Every other location that they spawn at is considered a rare spawn, so that goes without saying how often they spawn. But at Cerulean Cave, they spawn about 10% of the time. But what I'll tell you is when you start looking for them and you start catching them, you'll be surprised at how often they spawn. I mean, I don't know the exact number, but I would definitely say once you start getting a catch combo that they spawn a lot more than 10% of the time. So it's definitely worth it. And
Jeez.
yeah, it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it. You'll level up your Pokemon really fast, and you'll also be farming loot in the process. So it's a win-win for you.
Oh, dude, for sure.
Yeah. So, Matt, I know we mentioned this
brilliant.
right in the beginning of the podcast. You are now a master trainer. So I want you to explain to everybody like what you had to do in order to become a master trainer, what the battle was like, and I know something we had mentioned yesterday during the messed up podcast was that we might have found out that depending on how many times you level up, you can go back to the master trainer and they might be a different level. Can you kind of get into the little specifics here about the master trainers?
So Route 17, I just did the Eevee because, it's my first and probably the strongest one I have. So I found the Eevee one on Route 17. I think the first time I fought her, she was at level 70. And then, I ran into her again yesterday. I didn't think you could face him twice. And I think she was 75 after that. And I wasn't really awarded anything. So you might have to beat tiers of them. I think like over and over again. I'm not sure.
Yeah, is there like do you get like money from battling them like you would a normal trainer? Like how does that work?
Oh yeah, it's just if you like go up to one and you don't have the certain Pokemon, it's like you need to have so and so in your top left. It'll literally say like top left of your inventory. And then it's just a super high level, whatever you got.
But when you battle them, do you get like money for it too?
I think so. I think it works like a regular battle.
Yeah.
I want to say yes.
Now, did the Eevee catch you off guard with it? Because you said that you became a master trainer for Eevee. Did you find that the Eevee knew any like particular moves that your guy didn't move? Your guy didn't know, not move, and it kind of caught you off guard.
Oh no, it's like your Eevee's super more unique than theirs. It had like light screen, and I think it used like double edge, and by that time it was already dead.
Now, were you able to use your starter Pokemon Eevee, or did you have to use one that you caught?
Oh no, I can use my starter. Yeah, you can use the one that you got right at the beginning of the game.
Oh yeah, so you just automatically go into it with an advantage because the starter Pokemon are just ridiculously stronger than the wild version of themselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so my first experience trying to become a master trainer was in Lavender Town, which is where you can find the the cemetery building, whatever it's called. I can't quite remember the name of it. I'm bad with names. But I found him inside a building in the middle of town, and it was for a Marowak. Now, I tried to use my Alolan Marowak to kind of like cheat because it knows moves that a normal Marowak wouldn't know. But little did I know that it didn't matter because I got my ass kicked by the Master Trainer's Marowak. It took me out with 2 fire punches, which were considered not very effective when they hit me, yet they took away half my damage apiece, and I think I was only like 2 or 3 levels lower than their Marowak. I was like a 70, he was a 73. But, I mean, I got to go back now because I think mine's an 80 after doing the Chansey combos, so I think I can go back and kick some ass, but I have yet to do it. But, yeah, that was my first experience. I was like going into it thinking it was going to be easy like every other battle I've done, and it was not. It was very tough, so you got to go into it prepared.
Right.
What I will say is that I think you should give yourselves like one chance to go into a Master Trainer battle first to kind of get a feel for it, know what to expect in terms of moves, whether they're going to attack you first, you attack them first. Don't get discouraged by your first loss in a battle. Go back into it a second time, and you'll do so much better because you know exactly what to expect.
Just don't lose.
You got to be okay with losing that game because it's not like you have a record or anything like that unless you're keeping your own personal track record, but it's okay in that game. It's a kid's game. It's okay to lose because it's going to happen a lot.
Oh, dude.
You don't get penalized.
I had to shut off. I had to reset my game on YouTube now because I didn't realize he was going to kick my ass so hard.
Oh yeah, he does some serious damage.
Dude, if I found a shiny one, like I would have fucked up. It's like I didn't realize how tough that battle was going to be. He kept on using recover. I'm like, oh boy.
I found that my most effective Pokemon against him was my Muck because I just hit him with Toxic and then I just start using Crunch. Actually, I used Toxic because I learned how to battle him perfectly because I just literally spent 6 straight days trying to get the shiny Mewtwo. So I would use Toxic. Then I would use Disable, which would take away one of his moves. I can't remember what move it is. And then
you got him on the recover.
Yeah, so then he would just continue to use Amnesia until he would get to a low level. Then he tried to use Recover once he hit a certain HP level, and then he would just keep trying to do that until I finally killed him because of Toxic. So I mean, I ended up just killing him with one Pokemon. But originally when I started off, I went through like 4 or 5.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right, so now that we've talked about me getting my ass kicked and some benefits or some tips going into Master Trainers battles after you beat the game. Matt, let's talk more about shinies here. Now, you just mentioned before that you were shiny Eevee hunting, but tell me about some of the shiny Pokemon you already have in your inventory and which ones you think are the most valuable to you right now.
Oh, dude, definitely my Gyarados.
Now, why do you think the Gyarados are the most valuable to you?
Because I was just, I don't know, the first one of like the silver version, and then like the red one in the lake, and then ever since I found out you can get red ones from shinies, I always wanted one.
Now, see, I think you're just saying shiny Gyarados because you knew I spent all that time getting one and it ran away from me. Or I shouldn't even say it ran away from me. The game just deleted it from my account. Tell you what, if there was ever a time for me to quit that game, it was then. But I didn't do it. I fought through it, but you're going to have to trade me one of those.
Oh, yeah, you're going to have the one with okay stats.
Oh, gee, yeah, thanks. That's what our friendship is boiled down to. That's what it's boiled down to. You can get this one, but you can get the shittiest one.
Yeah, please.
But, all right. So, one of the last Pokemon topics I wanted to cover here was about Pokemon Go. Now, Matt, did you see that Pokemon Go made an announcement that they're going to be releasing soon player versus player battles?
Oh yeah, talked about this yesterday.
Yes, we did. We did talk about this yesterday. Now,
Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna.
your initial reaction to that, I don't know if you've had like a little day to like let it marinate, kind of think about it a little bit. Your initial reaction was didn't really matter to you. You weren't going to go back to the game despite the fact that there was other generations of Pokemon you could battle with. Has your mind changed from that
I
narrative, or
mean,
do you think you might go back to it because of there's so many different Pokemon you can battle with?
nah. Probably done.
And
Me.
one of the things I feel like we should mention is that like, you got all the different generations of Pokemon. We had talked about that we were kind of turned off because we already traded our Generation 1 Pokemon to Pokemon Let's Go. And it was kind of poor timing on Niantic's part to release this, at least, not even release the update, but just release the announcement, 3 to 4 weeks after Pokemon Let's Go comes out. So everyone's already traded
Yeah,
their
right.
Pokemon over there. So that was kind of poor timing on their part. But, just a quick run through of some of the things. The tapping system for battling is going to be the same. Instead of dodging Pokemon, you're going to be able to use a shield a certain number of times during a battle. In order to battle, you can do it remotely. You won't have to be right next to somebody. You can use a QR code. They don't even have to be friends with you. Instead of using 6 Pokemon, you'll use 3 Pokemon. The timer for the battle will be cut down in order to speed things up. Even though your Pokemon are damaged or die in a battle, it'll reset after the battle's done, so you don't have to use your items. So there's a lot of benefits to it. They really give you no reason not to battle because they really want to push it onto people because, if you had to use items and you had to be right next to somebody to battle, a lot of people wouldn't do it, so they really want to promote it. I feel like this is their way of kind of like getting people back into it and giving them no reason to say, like, why would I want to do it, and rather say, why wouldn't I do it?
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, I might give it a try. I don't know. Maybe if, you and I hang out sometime soon, or even
Yeah,
if it's,
maybe.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Because, now that I went from an hour away from you to 4.5 hours away, because now that I
Yeah,
moved
right.
up to the beautiful state of Maine, it makes things a lot more difficult. But, I mean,
The faraway state.
maybe I don't even have to. That's a great thing. I don't even have to be next to you in order to play it. So that might be a thing right there that they say, hey, told you, see? You have no reason not to
Oh
play it.
yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
but I think that'll definitely some people that went hard Pokemon Go and maybe just don't have a Switch. Maybe that'll just draw a few more people into playing the game again. It's definitely a cool feature. I saw some of the pictures with the AR system and the battling. It looks pretty cool. I just don't know how effective it's going to be going forward now that this game is out for the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, dude, yeah.
So, Matt, I know you have a little issue with me right now and my choice of video game consoles. So you want to kind of bring that up here?
Uh, yeah. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
You don't have an Xbox.
I don't. Why don't you tell people what I did?
You sold your Xbox for a Nintendo Switch.
And what have I told you? Do I regret it?
Absolutely 100%.
I do not say that. I say I 100% do not regret it. I traded it in
Mm.
at the beginning of this year. I think it was in like February or March. My Xbox. I just wanted a Nintendo. I specifically got a Nintendo because of its mobility option. I can literally pick it up. I mean, you can see yourself now. You bought one. You can literally bring it anywhere you want. You don't
Yeah,
even.
you can run outside with it.
I can run outside with it, even though I'm not going to do that because it's freezing cold outside. But I can bring it anywhere. I can bring it to a doctor's office. I'm in the waiting room. I can bring it to work if I'm on break, which I won't do, and I haven't done yet. But I can bring it anywhere. I don't need an internet connection though. It helps. It's nice to have, but it's really really cool. And I know we used to have our days where we used to grind out Destiny and play Battlefield and stuff like that. Those the mindless amount of hours you used to spend playing those games. But Matt, I'm just not gonna get an Xbox, buddy. I'm sorry.
Oh, come on, Bruce.
Nope. And it doesn't help either that I now pay my electricity bill because I'm a home renter. So I don't want to have this desktop of a video game console soaking up all the energy in this house.
Tough life.
Meanwhile, my little Nintendo Switch is just taking up the little tablet energy. It doesn't take up anything more than like an iPad. I'm probably wrong, and that's a bit of a stretch, but
exactly.
So the last thing I wanted to bring up here, and I'm kind of glad that This is the only reason I'm glad that we had to redo this podcast. And it's because a certain particular Nintendo Switch game came out today. And I had a bone to pick with you about it because you do not want to buy it yet. But I bought it. I have yet to even play it, even though it's just sitting there right in front of me right now, waiting for me to play it. And that's Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Is it
Ultimate.
Brothers? Yeah, Brothers is it's Bros, but Brothers. It can be said either way, right? Is that okay to say it that way? Bros instead of, I don't know.
Smash
Anyways.
Brothers? Breeze?
Is it okay to say
Smash
Brothers?
Breeze?
Super Smash Brothers?
Breeze?
Super Smash Breeze?
Is it an offensive term?
Super Smash Breeze. We're gonna have somebody like Photoshop it so it says Super Smash Breeze. I like that.
Super Smash Breeze, Breeze.
But talk to me here. You gonna get this game soon? Like, is this gonna maybe something you get with like Christmas money? Maybe you're gonna just get it out of the blue. Like, I know you like this game, and I know you used to play the old version of it for the Nintendo 64. So like, talk to me here. Like, what are you feeling about this game?
Yeah, I'll probably just get that out of the blue sometime.
It's gonna be soon.
Maybe.
Come on.
There's a lot of maybes, Devin.
Mike, people listening to this all, and I forgot to mention this before. Even though this is the POKÉPOD, we do want to talk about other video games that are out there because, we don't want to exhaust all of our Pokemon topics within 5 to 10 episodes. We want to be able to string them out a little bit, help you guys learn something new. But we don't want to do that to the point where all of a sudden we're only talking about other video games, not Pokemon, or only talking about Pokemon, not other video games, because we know that that's probably not the game that you play singularly, and that's not the game we only play. So we want to make sure we're covering everything. And if Matt gets Super Smash Bros.
By everything, we mean the only things we play.
Yes. And if Matt gets Super Smash Bros., we could talk about that too. But if he doesn't, we might run into a little bit of a problem here. So maybe we need people listening to this to kind of give him a little kick in the butt too and call him out on it. Maybe put some comments in the Scorum blog that's going to have this published on it and call him out because, this is going to be a little bit of an issue. I might just keep continually sending him Snapchats of it and just show him all the cool features and all the cool Pokemon that are in it. I think I saw Ash catch him in it. I saw a lot of different things. It was like a 7-minute video just showing all the different characters.
What is he going to do?
He throws Pokemon out, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong on this. It was a little video. It was a quick tidbit I saw, but there's so many different characters in it. You start off, I went to the home screen. I think you start off with like 5 or 6, and you just got to claim all the other ones in the story mode. So it's going to be a long, long process, but I'm looking forward to starting it this afternoon.
Well, wish the best of luck to you, Devin. Then.
Yeah, and I wish the best of luck to you in your endeavor to not fight the urge and just buy it, because that needs to happen. So then that way we can have a promotion for our Pokemon battle and for our Super Smash Bros. Battle, and then maybe like one day we can do it on Twitch and we'll just get all these viewers because we've been talking about it for so long. It'll be like Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, but in video games.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be just like that.
Just like that. Just like millions of people watching. We'll get paid millions of dollars. It'll be great.
Oh, fuck.
But anyways, so we appreciate everyone listening to this podcast today. Again, this has been episode 3 of the POKÉPOD. I am Devin, and I'm here with Matt, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
See you later, Bree.
See you, Bree.